Most people have never heard of this bank before. This little known lender will let you get access to up to 50K on their 0% business credit cards with no docs at all. And I even got a 20K approval with this bank. And on this video, I'm going to break everything down, exactly how you need to set up your personal profile and how you need to set up your business so that way you could get access to up to 50K with this bank too. And this bank, I promise you, if you've never listened to me before, you're going to want to listen to this video all the way through, because this bank does not play by the same rules as other banks if you want to get an approval. So let's get straight into it. I'm not one to be dramatic, so the bank is Synovus Bank. All right, Synovus Bank is a regional bank. It's based in Georgia, but they also have branches here in Alabama, South Carolina, Florida, and Tennessee. They have about 62 billion in assets, making them one of the largest regional players in the Southeast. And why do I even bring this up? So that you know they have the money to lend out. It's just if you know how to get access to it or not. Now, despite their size, they are often overlooked by some of the larger banks, or they're overlooked compared to some of the larger banks, what makes them a nice hidden gem. However, this is one thing that you have to know right up front. Synovus will look at your business credit score before considering you for an approval. Whereas most banks, if you have a strong enough personal profile, you don't have to have anything going on with the business at all. I mean, an LLC EIN number, and you can go off to the races with high limit approvals if your personal profile is good enough. But that is not Synovus, okay? They will look at your business credit score first, and they do what's called a combined blended business credit score with Equifax of a minimum of 492. So I'm going to break down what goes into this blended Equifax business credit score and what you need. So just lock in. But first, we're going to talk about the common data points with Synovus. Personal credit score 720 plus. Sweet spot is really 750 plus. Utilization, you want to have low across all of your accounts. Keep in mind that when it comes to utilization, the utilization that the banks go by is your overall. So if you have 5 cards, one of them is maxed out, but the other ones are at like 3%, they're going to take the overall credit utilization. However, we've seen better approvals when each and every one of the cards has 30% or under, even if your overall utilization is at like, 9% or something. You want every card to be under 30%, and up to 15% will work, but it really depends. Now, 3 years of credit history is better, even better than that. 5, 10 years is even better than 3 years. 15K highest limit on your personal credit card is preferred. Minimum 5. I wouldn't apply for anything unless I had at least a 5K personal credit card limit. And if you don't, you need to either get a new personal credit card with a higher limit, or you need to go for credit limit increases with your personal credit cards that you do have. Now, for increase, you want to keep your recent increase to under 3 in the last 90 days. And just keep in mind that Synovus, they will pull from Equifax, typically speaking. I've never seen them pull from anyone else, but sometimes depending on the region, it could change, but typically it's going to be Equifax, okay? Now, you do need a business checking account, where with some banks, you can have one. It helps. Some banks don't require it. No, this bank will require that you have a business checking account with them to apply for their business credit cards or other products. And you actually have to go in branch. You cannot apply for the business checking account online. You will have to go in branch at least one time with Synovus, okay? Just throwing that out there. And what about the business checking account? What do I do there? So I would go for this business checking account on the screen here, the Pro Business Checking Account, because it is their lower tier business checking account. And if you don't know how business checking accounts work, they have different tiers. It really depends on where you are in business. You normally have the entry level, then you have a higher level than that, and then maybe an even higher level than that, or it could be even, one even tailored for businesses that's doing like 100 million plus. But for you, if you're not doing that yet, and you're more looking for the business credit cards or the lines of credit and loans, then you want to go for the pro business checking account because you only have to deposit a minimum of $1,000 to not get hit with any fees. And if you don't know this by now, when you open a business checking account, you do not want to pay any monthly fees. So if you have it open, you need to have the amount of cash that you have to maintain to avoid any fees. You do not want to have, even if it's $12 like this, there's a $12 monthly fee. If you don't maintain at least $1,000, you do not want to pay that just for no reason. It's pointless. $12 doesn't seem like a lot, but that's not 120, it's $144 a year. So why would you just throw away $144 a year for no reason, right? I mean, just think about it like that. So you can't do it, meaning you can't open the pro business checking account, deposit $1,000. And this is all that's actually needed to apply for the product. So you don't have to put 10K and 50K and all that. But of course, the more you put, the better. The higher the bank rating, the better the chances of you getting approved with a higher limit. Now, for higher limits than 50K, you will have to show documentation. This is not going to be 100K, 150K that you can get with no docs. More than likely, you're going to have to show documentation and or have a very strong relationship with Synovus. Now, just as a note, this is for most banks, not all banks, but for most banks, that's the case. But there is a small amount of banks that we know about that you could get access to 100K plus without having any docs or without showing any docs or having a strong relationship. But for the most part, just keep in mind that that is typical for the banks. Now let's go into their business credit products. You see here, this is their standard business credit card. The Synovus Business Visa credit card is a no annual fee business credit card, which is always good. It's going to have a 0% interest APR period for 6 months. Now I know that's half than the average, which is normally 12 months. But the cool thing is that they offer 0% on balance transfers too as well. So that's always good. Some of you guys think that because a card offers 0% interest on purchases, it will also offer 0% interest if you were to transfer a balance over to it, and it's not. Like, every card does not offer a 0% APR on balance transfer. So even if you only use this for that, it could be worth your time. Now, typically it's going to be anywhere from a 10 to 20K approval, but you can get higher depending on your relationship. I didn't have a long relationship with Synovus when I applied for this card and got the 20K limit. Didn't have a long relationship at all. So just keep that in mind. And we've got other clients approved, and it was normally in the 10 to 20K range. They do have 2 other business credit cards. I was going to go over them, but let's be real here. You probably only need to go with this Synovus business credit card because the other cards are is a cash rewards card, I believe, and a travel card. You can't earn points on these cards, but they offer the same 0% introductory period. One of them has an annual fee, and the point system is not really worth it. You can do it, but I would really worry about focusing on the point system for Chase and American Express. So I would just go for this one, but they do have other cards that you can get access to, and it's going to pretty much work the exact same way, where you can get access to up to 50K on each card, 0% interest for 6 months. But you cannot, I confirmed this with my relationship manager, you cannot double dip. You can't go for 2 cards at the same time and get approved for 20K at one time. You would have to wait 1 to 3 months in between applying. So you can't double dip and get both cards or 3 cards with just one inquiry like a lot of banks will allow you to do. Now, Synovus, they do have a business line of credit. They have, more than one option here, but the new business flex line of credit, it goes up to 250K, but just know you will have to show documents 100% of the time and or have a very strong relationship with Synovus in order to get this. You're not going to get in here no docs, so don't even think about it, okay? Don't even try it. All right, and this is the same for the business loans that they offer. You will have to have documentation in order to get access to it. So it's not my go-to because there are still some no doc business lines of credit out there. So if I'm working with a client and I want to make things as easy as possible, I'm not going here for the business line of credit. But if we're going for a balance transfer option that you can transfer a balance over so you can save some money every month and also pay down on the balances that you have if you have them, then this would be the best option for that versus line of credit. But hey, the line of credit, from what I hear from our relationship manager, is really good, and he has seen some great approvals with it. So just keep that in mind. Now, I want to get down to this. This is the most important thing that I want you to take away from this video: the Equifax blended credit score. What is that? It's a proprietary score from Equifax that combines a business owner's personal credit data or your personal credit profile with your business credit profile, that's combined into a single, what we call blended credit score. Now, businesses, they will typically do this so that way they're gauging both sides, the personal guarantee and the business's health. U.S. Bank has been known to do this too as well. The score range is anywhere from 0 to 800, but Synovus requires a 492, which is kind of right in the middle, right? So what goes into the score on the personal side? Personal data, your FICO credit score with Equifax, like your utilization inquiries, if you have any negative items, we've already talked about this, bankruptcy, length of history, so on and so forth. Now, for your business credit data, they will look at your Equifax business trade lines, your payment history with Equifax, if anything is reporting any delinquencies, liens, or judgments, and then time that you've had a business, and also, time and file per se. So how long that you've had a file on the Equifax business side, but also what's next, age of business too as well, your industry and NAICS code, the size of your business, so on and so forth. Those different metrics go into the blended score. Now, let me tell you a personal story here. Actually, I applied for this card and got denied at first. So I did apply back in like 2023. And got denied for it. My utilization was a little bit higher on the Equifax side, and I should have just paid some down before I applied. But really, I was just trying to get a feel for it so I can see for my clients. And I got a denial, surely did. And the relationship manager reached out and was like, your blended credit score was like 487 and the cutoff is 492. So I was like this close from getting approved. So it was really something else. But then I went back like a year later and then got approved for 20K. So that also goes to show you guys, like some of you guys just take denials was way too hard. Like you guys get so pissed at it. And I don't really get it because it's like, you could just go back in. It's okay. There's other banks that you can hit if you get a denial. It's not the end of the world. I didn't treat it like that. I didn't get mad at all. I just asked questions so I can have this information for you guys today. I asked a lot of questions and saw what they were looking for, got right, came back and got a 20K approval, which is a really nice approval in my book. Anytime. I don't care. 20K, I'm always going to take 20K no matter what. A lot of us are looking for 50K, 100K, 150K. I got those. But I always will appreciate a nice 20K approval every single time. Now, again, just going over some of the things, the FICO score, low utilization, credit history, inquiries. We've already talked about that, but let's talk about the Equifax business file that you need to have, is so that this side won't be weighing down your blended credit score, because again, they're going to take the personal and the business, combine them together. And then from there, they're going to take the overall average. And then that's going to be the determining factor whether you get approved or not. So if your personal profile is really, really strong, it can like balance out if you need Equifax business credit score or the time that you had a business credit score and everything. But you're going to need something on the Equifax side or you'll be denied, because at the time I applied, my personal credit score and everything was just as strong, almost just as strong as it is now. So it was really just my utilization on the business side that had to be paid down. But anyways, so time in business. Oh, this is very important. Hey, you guys, you need 2 years in business. So this is more where the age corps and things come in. I've always said with age corps, there is a time and place for an age corp. Okay. It's just that I don't like when people throw it out there like it's going to solve all your problems. But say if you don't have 2 years, if you got an age corp, this would help in this case because I do not believe that Synovus would check to see if you've had the account or if you've been the main owner for that business for 2 years or not. I think they'll be fine with an age corp. No business bankruptcies on file. No active business trade lines. So you can either have 3 to 5 reporting vendors like a Uline, Granger, Quill, Nav Prime. I always suggest Nav Prime. Always. Business credit. Business gas cards. Or my favorite way of doing this is just to go for funding first, so you don't have to really worry about these things outside of Nav Prime. I would do this either way, but I would go for 3 to 5 business credit cards and have those report prior to applying for Synovus business credit card. That's how you weigh this out. And that's why things like this is all strategic. When you apply for a bank and who you apply for and which order you apply in is going to make a huge difference whether you get approval or not. Positive payment history, of course. You want to pay everything on time, have no 30-day lates on the business side, no liens or judgments. And of course, you want to have a DNB and Paydex score, which pretty much here you could just get a free DNB business credit score just by doing the things that we said. And also make sure you have a DNB number, right? You've generated one. Also, if you have another guarantor, just make sure they're as strong as you because you don't want them dragging you down, right? Cash flow, if you have a business checking account with Synovus, if you show strong cash flow, obviously that's going to help out a lot. The liquidity, how much you have in your business checking account with them will help out a lot. But even if it isn't Synovus, I'm telling you, these banks, they can see your liquidity from other banks. I'm telling you, there's a report out there where they can see it. All right. Now, again, 492 is going to be the minimum that you need. Get Nav Prime to help you with that so you can see at least your SBSS business credit score. And if you haven't seen that video that I broke down the SBSS business credit score, I'll put it in the description down below. Now, if you're under a 492, these are some of the things that you can do. Pretty much everything that we talked about just in reverse, right? Pay down on your personal and business credit cards. Request for credit limit increases. Add some vendor accounts if you don't have any business credit cards and you want to go for this like sooner than the 3 to 5 accounts, then you can go for some vendor accounts, okay? Show activity with Synovus. So I would open the business checking account with Synovus first and show some activity. Dispute or remove any negative items on your personal credit report and even on the business side too, if need be. Now that we talked about that, you know what the blended Equifax business credit score is, you know what products that they have, and you know how to actually go for funding and set yourself up properly for it. So let's talk about how to actually apply, what that looks like. Step number 1 is preparation. So make sure that you have that 492, or you can't see that information, obviously. So you want to put yourself in the best position to make sure that you have that 492 by doing the things that we spoke about. And you can go ahead and start that relationship with Synovus first. You want to choose your product, which, like I said, I would just go for the Synovus Business Visa credit card. So that way they don't ask for any docs. And let me touch on that too. So my relationship manager, he assured me like they will not ask for any docs, even if you put your revenue a little bit higher than the projected that you are projecting to make in your business. Typically, they won't ask for docs. Okay. Now, actually applying step number 3 for higher approvals. I would actually work with someone I built some rapport with or a business relationship manager because they can apply for the card for you. That's what I did. I applied when I was not in the branch at all. I had my relationship manager apply for me. Now, with that being said too, you will have to go into the branch at least one time. You will, but to avoid going 2 times, work with someone directly. And you cannot apply online for the products, even for the business credit card. So there's only 2 levels here. Level 1 is either in the branch or level 2 with the relationship manager. Now it's time to actually get funded. You know what to do. Now it's time to go ahead and put in that work, get set up and apply. But if you need help with this, if you want one-on-one help with this to actually walk you through the entire process and set up your funding strategy for you so we can help you get access to up to $250K like I have for hundreds of my clients up to this point, Go ahead and click the link in the description to set up a call with me or my team. And if you like this video, I'm sure you will like this video here on the screen as well.